Happy New Year's, everybody. I have with me Greg, the brain behind this YouTube channel. And for his first interview, he wants to do a little introduction on himself. What's up, everyone? Like I mentioned before, we have Greg with us, the engine behind this channel.
First, let me give a shout out to I Love You Abby Cuz. Y'all don't know her. I Love You Abby Cuz, but yeah, it's a little inside joke. But anyways, her and my man's DJ, they the reason why we're doing this right now. My biggest supporters for the beginning of the year.
You're born and raised in North Carolina, right?
Yep, yeah.
I've never been there, so like, what is it like over there?
North Carolina's pretty cool, laid back. It's considered one of the southern states. It's really all I knew growing up, so I mean, I don't have anything extravagant to say. It's not like amazing, but it's not bad either. But for me, I mean, my story is not very much different than the average like poor kid coming up. I've seen pretty much everything like the average poor kid in America sees, you know, moving from place to place, neighborhood to neighborhood, seeing eviction notices, living on food stamps, all that. You know, high rate of substance abuse, drug dealers, all around, all that stuff. So I was there basically my whole life, except one year, my mom decided to move out to Kansas City, Missouri, out there with her sisters. Shout out to my aunt Liz and May, my aunt Peggy. Yeah, so that didn't really last long. We only stayed out there for a year, and then we moved back to North Carolina.
So you being from North Carolina and growing up poor, you said, how'd that help shape you into who you are today?
Oh man, that's interesting. It's really, honestly, it's like, it made me a very strong-minded individual. Like I never had a victim mindset. So me going through stuff, it just made me push harder to get what I wanted. Like
I can relate to that because I grew up on Kauai and it's really country out there. And everybody's mindset is just like party, drugs, start a family when you're like 18 years old. And I was not about that. I was like, I want something better. I mean, not better. I just knew that, yeah, I could strive for better than just staying on one island, not seeing the rest of the world, the rest of everything else.
That's funny that the only negative thing that I've heard about Hawaii is that they people just want to have fun. But nah.
it's like a negative and it's like good and bad, I guess.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Did you have any role models to look up to since you're surrounded by just like all the bad things you didn't want for you?
Not really. I mean, there was, you know, examples here and there, but I wasn't around it enough. So basically all I was doing was growing. I had to grow up fast, you know, quicker than the average person.
Yeah.
So it could have ended up worse, but you know, I got lucky, I guess, made some right decisions. And like I said, I was just using all of the negative experiences in my life as information, like I stored them of things to avoid because I didn't want that in my life, in my adult life.
Yeah.
Now, as far as role models goes, I do have one, and that's my Uncle Bug. That's not his real name, but that's what we call him. We call him Uncle Bug. And he just had a birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Uncle Bug. But yeah, he's a big reason of why I am the way I am, or why I feel like the way I am is the right way to be.
You have that drive, I guess.
Yeah, because you know he does what he wants, he says what he wants, and he doesn't really care about other people's opinion of him. So that's what I strive to be like.
Yeah. What does he do for a living?
He started his own trucking company a long time ago, like,
okay.
way before I was born.
Oh, damn, business owner.
Okay. Yeah, and I actually need to talk to him about that. I'm gonna be going home next week. I gotta go visit him because we want to keep his name and his what he created going. So me and my niece, we're gonna try to see what we can do to help that whenever he decides to, you know, stop working.
Oh yeah, keep that business going.
Yeah, sure.
Was there anyone else you looked up to as a kid, like trying to get out
No,
of
that's
crime?
funny because of the environment that I grew up in. It was like I didn't really see much success.
Oh,
So
okay.
what I did was I just used basically everyone around me as cues of what not to do. Now that
Yeah,
kind of got me, you know, it got me it got me somewhere, but it can only get me so far because in order to succeed, you have to know what it is or what it looks like.
right, right.
So I mean, I did well at staying out of trouble because I knew I saw certain results that people got had in their lives, and I didn't want them. But like I said, that could only get me so
So
far.
far, yeah. Yeah. So why did you join the military? Or when did you join when you were in
I was 19.
19?
So yeah, I graduated at 18, of course, and then I decided to just work for a year, and
Right.
then
Did you always, was that like your plan from when you were growing up? You're like, I want to be in the military.
I think as I was getting closer to graduation, it was becoming more obvious to me because I just knew that I wanted to see more than what I had, so I had to get away from that environment. And you
Right.
know, I didn't want to school. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to definitely didn't want to pay for school
Oh,
because I
right,
didn't want to
right.
go to school when it was free. So I
Yeah.
wasn't.
Did you feel like that was the only way out?
At the time, yeah, that's really all I knew because, like I said, I didn't want to go to school and
Right.
I was not really into. I wasn't into sports like that. I mean, I was
Mm-hmm.
always athletic, but I just didn't stick with
See
sports
that as like your
through high
career.
school.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had dreams as a kid to go to the NFL, but
Yeah.
you know, I just didn't stick with it enough to pursue that.
Right. Do you think the military was the right choice for you?
That's tough. That's tough.
Really?
I mean, yes and no. At 19, I think it was the best move I could have made. It was like I said, I didn't really have very much. I wasn't very self-aware, but you know, I think it definitely served as a crutch for the 19-year-old version of me.
Yeah, for sure.
But as I've gotten older and you know learned a few different things, I've realized that I kind of want something out of life that the military can't give me,
Right.
and that is specifically like I'll call it like holistic independence because I want my decisions, all the decisions that I make, to not be influenced by anyone outside of my circle. Um, so yeah, that's my ultimate goal is to be able to move freely throughout the world.
How how are you gonna go about that?
Well, I'm honestly I'm gonna be a business mogul. Like I don't really care specifically how it happens, but I'll achieve it. Like I might probably gonna own multiple businesses,
Yep.
but that's I just have that mindset. Like this is what I want to do because I've taken orders for the last like 7.5 years. So you know now I feel like I want to taste of something a little different than that.
Yeah, it's time to just answer to yourself,
Yeah, for sure.
basically.
And I really don't know how I lasted 8 years, because my attitude is just like it's not. I'm really not. I don't think like an employee at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of people who know me know that.
Yeah, for sure. How long did it take for you to realize that the military life wasn't the life for you?
I don't know. It was so obviously I joined at 19, and then I did a 4-year contract, so I was 23, and still at 23, it was just I was just chasing money. So I was trying to get. I tried to do special forces because they was giving people $50,000 to reenlist into the special forces.
Damn.
And I didn't make it, but it was just my main focus was like to get as much money as I can. But right after that, I started like learning about how money works and stuff like that,
Right.
and I realized that wasn't really what I needed to be doing. Was focusing on like large amounts of money. It was really the type of money I was making is what I needed to focus on.
So, civilian life plans.
I got a lot of shit planned for 2021, but the main thing is this right here. I'm starting a YouTube channel. It's gonna be geared towards like occupational insights. What my vision behind it is to like find people, like interesting people who have unique skill sets and like weird jobs that you don't really ever hear about, right? So I'm gonna be kind of getting into their mindset, how they got to like into that field, and maybe like some of the connections that they had to make, and then maybe what they want to do, like look forward to in the future, stuff like that.
You want different kind of people with interesting occupations on your channel, like give examples.
Just like stuff that you wouldn't really normally, the average person wouldn't think about, right? So
like you, for instance, like trying to be independent.
yeah,
And
entrepreneurs and stuff like that. I mean, it don't really have to be entrepreneurs, but like maybe like, for example, I would try and find an underwater welder and interview them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or like an elevator mechanic or a crane operator. Just stuff that they make decent amount of money, but people really don't
pay mind to them.
Get to hear about that type of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Where do you see it going and growing into?
Honestly, I think it can get real big. As far as I take it, some specific goals would be to like. There's a few people that actually want to interview. There's a battle rapper by the name of Daylight. That dude, I like the way he thinks. So one day I want to interview him. Carlos Miller from the 85 South Show. He funny as fuck. So, and I'm a silly dude, you know that. So
yeah.
So maybe hopefully one day I can interview him, and maybe it's a couple others in mind. Maybe some athletes, mix them in there. Yeah. So, but actually, the way I'm gonna start the channel is I'm going to be starting, because I'm a Marine. I'm just going to be starting with Marines. So I'm gonna go all the way up the rank structure. So we go from E1 all the way up to E9. So I'm gonna be finding one Marine per rank and letting you guys see like how they think and their experience, like that. And then after that, that's when the channel will kind of like delve into other regions,
other occupations, other people out there.
Like Abby. I might be interviewing Abby. She does lashes, y'all. So and her info will be in the description. So y'all go check her out. Book her.
Thank you.
Also, I have plans to start a vending machine business, and I got a couple of my homeboys. They do music.
You do music too? Don't play.
Yeah, I mean I do a little bit, but I'm not as serious as I should be. But anyways, my boy Delaney, he got his own. He got a few songs out, so we got some more stuff coming too. Some features, all type of stuff. So I'm gonna put his stuff down there in the description, so y'all check him out.
Yeah. So your vending machine business, what sparked that idea? What influenced that?
I'm just a hustler. Like I'm
just in that mindset.
Yeah, all by all means. Like I just got to do something. Like I said, I don't want to work for until I'm 65.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, if I do work if I am like working up until then, I'll be definitely working for myself.
Right.
And that notice, because it's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Like especially like it's just the way traditional life goes. It's like when people get married, they're supposed to get married to experience life with each other. Because to me, life is all about experiences. But if you both have careers, then you kind of live apart, and then you just come home for to rest up, to go back to work type of thing. And then at the same time, if you have children, you're at work, the children are at school. You're not really raising your children. You're just sending them off for some stranger to do it.
Very true.
But
yeah,
that's one of my goals. Is to homeschool my kids whenever I have them.
You single ladies.
Holla at your boy.
You're gonna be like hella busy trying to run your businesses, trying to make content for your videos. You don't think that's gonna take up a bunch of your time?
Yeah, but eventually, once you have a certain like foundation, you'll have money coming in every month, regardless. You don't really have to do much. See, that's the difference of having a job. Like you get paid for what you do, and then you have to do it again.
Right.
But when you create stuff like intellectual property, it'll pay you over and over again. Like say if you're an author of a book, you write it once, and then if people buy it, you just keep getting paid.
That's so true. You have the mind of an entrepreneur. Where'd that come from?
It's just realizing like the reason, like I said, I grew up kind of poor. So when I got older, I started looking into the reasons why that was, and it's because that generations after generations they don't practice like group economics. They'll just end up doing the same thing
Yeah.
over and over again.
What they're comfortable
And,
with.
yeah, and the main thing is working for other people. Like if you think about it, working for other people is nothing but economic slavery. And
Oh,
like
that's
I
so
say that it sounds kind of harsh, but it's like true.
No,
Like
it is, yeah, dead ass.
yeah, like if you even think way back, like to the abolishment of slavery. Right after that, what happened was you had displaced slaves that they had nothing, they had no place to stay, they had no resources, no food or anything like that. And then you had the former slave owners who had a bunch of land but nothing to do with it, so they couldn't make money. So that's when they came up with the whole idea of sharecropping, where they would pay former slaves like in the form of like
Land.
food, shelter, and maybe a little bit of cash here and there. And you automatically like who had the better end of that deal, like so
for sure.
that's kind of like the birth of jobs to me. That's what it sounds like.
Very true. Yeah, I feel like our education system and like the government system teaches us that you have to work for some
Right.
job.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's to me, I've had enough of that.
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, some people think that that's the best option that they have, and I feel like that's the biggest reason why people work for other people and like deal with so much bullshit and like go to work with attitude, let people
Hating their job,
Yeah.
just hating life.
exactly let your boss get away with disrespecting you, having people make you do stuff that you don't want to do. And it's because the main reason why we do stuff like that is because we either lack the know-how or the confidence to like create an opportunity for ourselves. So what happens is we just attach ourselves to somebody else's opportunity
Yeah.
because it's like easier. But is it though? Because like the way and like let's talk numbers. Like, did you know, like, have you ever thought about this? How much you make in a day at work?
Yeah, I have.
How much is it?
At my old job, Nalu, a health bar, was in a day, 6 hours, it would only be like 75, 80.
$70, $75, and then you have to tax it.
Yep.
So as an employee, you're taxed at like 35-40%. So that's almost half. So $70, let's bring it down to $45, $50 a day.
For a day.
And if you think about it, literally, a bum can sit on the corner and make $50 in like 2 minutes.
That's so true.
Or
Just
you can wash
begging.
two cars. You can wash a car, detail a car, and make over that within
Facts.
20 minutes.
Facts. And the crazy thing is, like, that health bar makes a lot of money. We see the
Exactly.
sales. We see it and we're like, yo, we're
Exactly.
getting paid minimum wage.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like, for me, I see things, and I'm never a victim. I don't have a victim mindset, but I see things that bother me, and I choose to do something about them. So for me, I don't like how that's set up, so I just flip it on its head. And the reason why people, I feel like, go through life and are miserable is because they understand that they are working or maneuvering through someone else's system, but they don't change it. So me, I'll just say, okay, somebody else's system that doesn't work for me, so I'm just gonna create my own.
Your own, yeah, for sure. I mean, granted, some people are okay with that, like living that.
Yeah, but that's because they don't know anything.
Very true.
Or they
Very
don't.
true.
They choose it. It's easy to just not think about it, or to not have to
have it all set up and you're
to
like,
try
I'm
to
just
do it
gonna
yourself.
yeah.
Because if people feel like, if they start their own business and they could fail, but if you get a job, it's not your responsibility to make sure it doesn't fail.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know.
Are you scared?
No, absolutely
all?
not. Because if you fail, you just do it again. Try something else. Like, you learn from it, and you just do it better the next time.
That's true. You can't have that knock you down.
Right.
Very true.
And it's like, at a job, your job literally is to make somebody else more money than you.
True.
And then, so after you bring in all this money, you hand it over, they count it, and then they break you off a little piece at the end. So, and it's funny that we do that because we look at prostitutes and we look down on them, but to me, that's like the same thing.
Oh yeah, and like strippers and all
Yeah,
that.
same shit.
What is it? What did you say earlier? There's the producers and the consumers.
Yeah. So I mean, it's either in life you're either gonna be a consumer or you're gonna produce things for consumers.
Right.
And to me, that's the key to financial freedom, or a little bit boosting your finances is to become a producer.
So you'd say you don't have any fears?
No, what is the point of what's the point of being scared? Like that's
advice for people.
That's the thing. Only the fear is the unknown, and because people don't look into these things, or they don't.
If you never try, you'll never know.
So
basically.
if you study how money works, then you'll eventually be like, okay, jobs kind of suck.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now.
Next episode, finances 101 with Winston.
Maybe one day.
Dead ass, like you could be like a financial coach. Look, how old are you right now, actually?
I just had my 27th birthday last month.
27. So where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years?
Definitely, in the next 5 years, I want to definitely be knowledgeable and what do I want to do in 5 years? In the next 5 years, I want to be very set on my foundation of not needing a job. Like I want to solidify that, so I can be very confident in that. Because I'm a person that likes to talk shit. So if
you gotta back that shit up.
For real. So if I can be my own boss, then that'll just be that much better for me.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And if I can find a lady and start a family, that'd be cool too within the next 5 years. Because I do want to have kids. So and specifically, like to achieve the things that I want to do, I know that it's going to take a certain type of money. So I want to be able to say that one day I made $10,000 in a month.
Right.
So that's something that I'm shooting for.
Multiple sources of income.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Yeah, for sure. And I also want to have my own farm when I get another house.
What?
Yeah, I want to grow my own food. I'm into that type of stuff.
Yeah, right. Same. So it sounds like you're very money driven. Why is that?
See, I wouldn't say it's money driven, because honestly, I really don't care about money. Now I know that sounds weird, but the way I look at it is there's certain types of money. So like what I want to do in life is make money more efficiently, so that I can do the things that I want to do. Because like I said before, like life is about experiences.
Right. And
you miss out on a lot of experiences when someone else has leverage over you, and when you have to be somewhere at a certain time, or you just can't afford to do things. You can't afford to lose a job or something like that. So honestly, it's just I want to be able to, like I said, I want to be able to do the things I want to do when I want to do them.
Right.
So it's not really money in particular. It's not very important to me. But for me to be able to make the choices that I want to make, I have to make
need money.
Yeah. But it's a certain type of money. Like sitting at a job is, because like you can make more money at a job than you would be making like if you work for yourself. But you wouldn't be able to do certain things with that money because you have to be at work.
Tend to someone all the time. Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes sense. It seems like independence is a real big thing for you. Not many people think that way. They always think they need like a backbone or like a partner to help them with
I mean, it's just how society has shaped us. But on that, when you like try to step outside and like look what's really going on, I feel like independence is the only way to like kind of free the mind, because the human mind is a very powerful thing, but we kind of dumb it down and just go through life. That kind of bothers me. It's just like I think more people should try to think for themselves. Like for example, like this is probably gonna make a lot of people mad, but I honestly I think religion is bullshit, and that's because like the base of it is you have to look for something outside of yourself to like make you happy or like to save you. And it's like it's real convenient because like if all you do, if all you ever do is give credit for the good things in your life to, you know, God, and then you give all the credit, all the bad things in your life to the devil, then it's set up to where like it's you just all you got to do is sit back and wait for them two niggas to figure it out. They just hashing it out, and you just sitting back like, well, what happens? So you don't have to take responsibility for shit. And I like, to me, I feel like that's a setup. Like that's some bullshit to me. And it's a lot of other examples, but yeah, we go on forever talking about that.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. We have Greg and his 2021 plans.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned. Like I said, I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming up soon, interviews, and I'll keep y'all updated on the vending machine business. I got a couple other things up my sleeve, and you know, might have some good music coming y'all way too.
And big things coming. Say bye. Show them your shirt. Dope ass shirt.
Oh shit.
Give them a look. Ice cream. All right. Shoots.